everybody, and welcome back to 539. So today I'm actually at an old historic country graveyard in northwestern Ohio. Looks like this place has actually sustained a lot of erosion damage. It's right along the banks of a river, and so we're gonna go and check that out, see how bad it is, see how many of the memorials have begun to slide down this large hill here. It also looks like, again, we might find some interesting veterans graves and other things like that. So not everything is going to be incredibly sad, I don't think, but let's see what we can find here. So right away here, we're coming up on the very edge. As I was even driving in here, I could tell that there's probably going to be a lot of damage like this. And right away, you can see this large memorial here just sort of teetering on the edge. And down below is a lot of low-lying sort of wetland area. Not really a wetland, but it's flooded a lot of the year. And then also right here, you can see at least one memorial. It looks like it might be parts of several, actually. This is the top section here. This is a base here, and then you clearly see right here the name and dates. I actually managed to unbury this one a little bit, and you can see that they're actually, the topper here is still attached and was all one piece. So whatever this is here belongs to something completely different. I'm not seeing any over this way, so we'll just continue on down this row here and see what else we can find. Looks like there's been a heck of a lot of erosion. You see all the trees that have toppled over. Here's a memorial that's just hiding in the middle of these bushes here. They always seem to sort of create problems later on that a lot of people I don't think were anticipating. And then it kind of curves off this way, and then there's another edge, it appears, over there. And you can see here in the brush has been a Civil War marker that it kind of looks like it. I can't tell. This actually just appears to be the base here, and then I think that right over here is the top. But see, that's the base for this though, so it kind of looks as if this has been buried, or the names and dates were carved into this and they're just no longer there. You can see all kinds of strange markings on it though. Right here's another GAR marker. However, I don't see any memorial associated with it. Sometimes they place them based on maps of the area though. So there's not always a surviving memorial, unfortunately. There's a lot of leaves covering the ground here. It doesn't look like anybody's been out lately to try and clear anything. I don't even know if they do. It looks like there is some maintenance to this place, but I can't tell if they come out during this time of year. And here we are at the other edge as it sort of curves around the hillside here. I'm not seeing anything down there. And it looks as if the fence line curves around this way, I think. I can't really tell though. Might have just sort of stopped there, because this does look like it's part of the cemetery. Doesn't again look like there's anything back here though. Although coming up it looks like there might be a few more things. Definitely some stuff that's on the very, very edge. It's really kind of difficult to maneuver. The hill just goes right down next to them, and so it's like you are walking on an incline the entire time. Definitely seeing something over this way. Wow. Just a little tiny marker here. Lots and lots of damage, and I'm having a hard time seeing where the fence line is too. Like I was saying, just down the row here, it seemed to kind of just disappear. So it's hard to tell exactly where the edge of this place is. Parts of it are steep, and then right behind me sort of is just a very slight grade downhill. So, you know, I can't see anything, but I can't tell that it's not necessarily part of the property either. Wow. This must have been a nest of some sort. Tons and tons of holes. Might be a woodpecker. And I can see right where it gets steep again, the fence line has reappeared. And another Civil War grave marker here that is sort of teetering on the edge. This one looks pretty safe for the moment though. But a sheer drop off here. And there is some sort of metal structure down there. Let me see if I can get a closer look. Looks like either a piece of an old barrel or a drainage pipe. There might have been some sort of sewer system that used to run underneath this place. There are lots of Civil War veterans here. I'm seeing a lot of debris right here. I can't tell exactly what this is going to be though. Kind of looks like just a rock pile. You can see it goes right down to the fence line there. Doesn't appear to be anything significant though. Looks like there is something here. Well, that looks like a piece of an old base stone there. You can see some more junk. Some old slim shades that have been thrown out. And it looks like this is just the cemetery junk pile. You can see a lot of burnt out tree limbs and pieces of, looks like base stones that have been discarded. Some plastic. I don't know what this is though. I don't think this is actually anything. It kind of had that appearance from a distance though. Oh. Let's see if I can zoom in. There's a gigantic tire out in the middle of the forest. I don't know how well you can actually see it, but right in the center of the frame there is a gigantic tractor tire, I think. It actually has a large no dumping sign that also appears to have been burnt pretty heavily. And the old sign seems to be propped up against the maintenance shed here. Kind of an interesting placement for it. It is kind of cool that they kept it though. I don't think there's actually anything in there though. That one looks to be fairly sealed. And it's looking like everything behind me here the direction we were heading is actually a newer section. So I'm gonna head back and we'll look at some of the stuff down the middle, and then this place actually goes on across the road. So after this we'll drive across the road and check that out. I might include that in the second part, and then we'll have a few more adventures that I'm gonna head out and film today as well. And even right here you can see that there's so much more than meets the eye. A lot of it's partially covered or completely covered by the leaves, and many of the stones have severed over the years. And a lot of this is missing. I don't know if it used to be an archway in between or just two toppers. And it looks like what's on top now actually belonged to something else completely. And skipping ahead to the front here, I actually had to change my battery. There is a few more things that are really close to the hillside, and I'll show you those here in a second. And I am seeing this interesting knight looking, yeah, you can see it's like a coat of armor here. I'm not sure what the P stands for, but I'm sure the K stands for knights. So if anybody knows, make sure to leave that in the comments below. There's actually a wall on this side. I'm not sure if that was placed there to prevent erosion or if it was there to mark where the edge of the cemetery is, or what. It curves on around. It kind of appears to be protecting the area. And over here is the other section. I'm not sure how historic it is. It does appear that there is a war memorial of some sort, so we'll go and check that out in part 2 of this series. And kind of an interesting wooden cross right over here. And clearly a Civil War veteran. I would venture to say that this cross has been replaced a few times. And I can't tell if this here is part of the Woodmen of the World or not. It kind of has that look to it, and a lot of them are fairly unique, so it's kind of hard to say. But it has a lot of logs here at the bottom, and then a stump here at the top, which a lot of times is very indicative of the Woodmen of the World. So, very well could be. Not 100% positive. And you can see this one is pretty dangerously close to the tree. Doesn't appear to be actually in the ground though. However, right here, you can see one that is partially, or at least a couple, looks like, that are partially covered up by this evergreen. Thanks everybody for joining me on this journey. Make sure you don't miss part 2 of this series, which will be coming here shortly. If you never hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit subscribe and turn those bell notifications on so you don't miss a single episode. And as always, see you in the next adventure.